Hey everyone, Cody here. And I was reading the Bible today, and I'm in Romans 12. And I'm not going to read 1 and 2 in this video. I actually want to talk about the next section, 3 through 8. Because what stuck out to me is two things. One, that we should not be prideful, so we should not be building ourselves up. That whole section, 12:1, it talks about not being better than other people. And there's more of that past this set of verses that I'm going to read. But basically, one, we should not be prideful. We are not better than anyone else. But two, you matter to the body of God. Like, you matter in the church. You matter in God's kingdom. Your uniqueness, what makes you you, is what God likes about you and can use for his glory. And so a lot of times we look at other people who have maybe spiritual gifts, or maybe they have spiritual anointings or abilities, or they're really good at specific things. And we kind of get jealous or downtrodden, like we don't have those other things, right? So I'm really good at praying for people, but there are other aspects like teaching that I'm not necessarily that great at, right? Or there's spiritual gifts that other people have that I wish I had. And so sometimes it can be easy to focus on that stuff. But Paul tells us, like, no, like what is good about you, what's unique about you, is the thing that makes you you that God can use. So I'm going to read it real quick. Romans 12, 3 through 8. For by the grace given me, I say to every one of you, do not think of yourself more highly than you ought to, but rather think of yourself with sober judgment in accordance with the faith God has distributed to each of you. So right there, it's like we have to be honest with ourselves. A lot of times we're like, yeah, I'm so great and I'm this and that. And if you look on social media, that's really all it is people posting their best selves. But, challenge yourself. What's really going on? Like, obviously we all have flaws, and a lot of us don't even like to talk about them. We don't like to post that. We don't want to be honest with other people. Or some people are a little too honest because they want attention, right? So it's not about that. It's a humility thing. Moving on. So with 4, for just as each of us has one body with many members, and these members do not all have the same function, so in Christ we, though many, form one body, and each member belongs to the others. We have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us. If your gift is prophesying, then prophesy in accordance to your gift, to your faith. If it is serving, then serve. If it is teaching, then teach. And if it's to encourage, then give encouragement. If it is to give generously. If it is to lead, do it diligently. If it is to show mercy, do it cheerfully. So the other aspect of this is not just that you're unique and you have your gifts, but also this act of serving. The biggest thing about the Bible, out of the New Testament, really, is that it's not about you. It's not about me, right? We are called to lift others up, to put others above ourselves, to die to self, to pick up our cross daily. There are so many verses that tell us that we should be looking out for the good of others, that we should be placing others above us. And that's not that we don't take care of ourselves, but we should be looking out for the best interests of others, because before, in the law was very strict and retaliatory, like eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. But this is saying, no. We should be going out of our way to look out for the interests of others before that. And even later on in this chapter, it talks about, getting even and stuff like that, which I'll talk about in another video. But ultimately, that's all I wanted to share, was that, 1, we should be honest with ourselves. 2, the unique gifts that God has given you is exactly what he wants you to use in his kingdom. And maybe he'll give you other gifts later on. I've gotten different gifts over time that I didn't have initially when I got saved. But I still can use whatever I have at this current time. And it's okay to pray to God for other gifts. But as long as it's to glorify him and to lift others up, as opposed to you just want the gifts to look better or to compete with other people or whatever XYZ bad motive is. So ultimately, that's it. I hope that this video meant something, and I will see you guys in the next one.